Bad places I've been to in the United States, I don't know if I've ever been to a city that's as vastly run down, abandoned, and out of control as Oakland, California. It's a very ugly, rough, littered, dangerous place where the laws aren't enforced and the crime is staggering. I drove around Oakland for an entire day in late October of 2021 to see what it was like these days, and I don't recall seeing any part of the city that was welcoming, safe, or clean. It was really quite an experience. Oakland's had trouble for decades now. In the 1990s, it was home to an explosion of gangs and drug use, though a lot of the gang activity here isn't nearly as bad as it was 30 years ago. Then, following the Bay Area tech boom, came a spike in the cost of living, which priced out the lower class. Now the middle class is priced out too, because over the last 5 years, the cost to rent or own a home is pushing even more people out onto the streets. Oakland is drug-filled. It's a graffiti-covered shell of its former self, where you can't let your guard down for a minute or risk being robbed, assaulted, or shot at least in the greater downtown area. Here's a map of the area I covered in my car on this day. Oakland can be broken down into mini regions, but we'll keep it simple and split it into two, West and East Oakland. That's usually how it's divided anyways. Here in West Oakland, you have the greater downtown area. Downtown itself doesn't look too bad at all. It's pretty dangerous, but just a few blocks west of downtown and you find all sorts of abandoned warehouses and people lining the streets in their RVs and cars, clearly victims of homelessness. This is the side of town where most of the homeless camps are located. Some look like something you'd see in Haiti. Lean-to shacks made of recovered junk that serve as four walls and a roof, but that's just about it. Other areas just outside of downtown are home to hundreds of people camped out in makeshift shanties among piles of trash with rats. Parts of West Oakland don't even look like the United States. Any between the litter and the gutted buildings or neighborhoods. Can you imagine being surrounded by this? I mean, paying $3,000 a month for a crummy apartment to live here? It's an expensive ghetto, and that's not a good combination, people.